I think there is a lot of continuity. For example, Biden also will push the allies, like Trump did, to meet their commitment to spend 2% of their GDP on defense. The United States, as we all know, is pivoting to the Asia-Pacific region. That's where many of its new ships and new aircraft and new weapon systems are going to be deployed. So the United States can't sort of put forces back in Europe as it had with 320,000 during the Cold War. So it's important for the Biden administration, like it was for Trump, to make sure that Europeans beef up their defense effort. Of course, he will hope that maybe a politer tone will have the same impact as Trump's shock therapy. So far, it seems to be working. The Europeans have raised about 260 billion extra dollars for defense above that baseline of 2014. But of course, many of them, as you well know, like Germany, are still short of the 2%. When it comes to energy, you're absolutely right. The Biden administration has been pretty assertive against Germany when it comes to the Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline. Although at the end of the day, I think they recognize that the project's gone too far down the road to be stopped now. But they have been engaging the Germans on arrangements to stop the flow of gas through that pipeline if Russia continues to behave badly. So same similar policies, perhaps a lot of continuity, but it's remains to be seen if the softer touch of Biden is going to produce the same results as the more assertive desk thumping of Trump.
And talking of desk thumping, we get a little bit from inside of NATO and in the awkward relationship that the French have had with NATO for a very long time. Is there a cohort, meaningful cohort within NATO who actually wants to lessen its influence and actually build up a rival influence in the West? You know where I'm going with this, some form of European Union army as well, which would act as some form of rival to NATO. Has that one got legs, or is it just rhetoric?
Well, it's obvious that when Trump was in the White House, it was much easier for President Macron of France to go around Europe, making the case that the Americans were becoming isolationist, they were withdrawing, you couldn't rely upon them any longer. We heard that phrase many times. And the only alternative was for the Europeans to take out a bit of insurance and start building up their own military forces, what they like to call, in the buzzword, European strategic autonomy. Now, I think that some European leaders like Macron may still make the argument that, well, you know, Trump is still out there. He's still very popular. The Biden administration has a very slender hold on the Congress. So we could have Trump or a Trumpist figure come back in 4 years' time. Biden's multilateralism could be a flash in the pan. So we still need to continue to invest in that. However, the great majority of the European allies, particularly in Eastern Europe, want to hold on very firmly to the United States. But I think there is a compromise possible on the table, which is, of course, that the Europeans need to do more and need to integrate their forces, because if they continue to spend money on duplicating each other, they're not going to get very far. Those forces initially could be used in Africa, in Mali, you see that at the moment, to do the things that the Americans don't want to do. And progressively, that European effort can also beef up Europe's contribution to the collective defense of NATO. So there is a kind of compromise there, but what Macron needs to do is sell his idea better to his own European partners and also get Washington to understand that it's not directed against them. We can have, if you like, our cake and eat it too, NATO and a better EU-directed effort.